Rob. How are you?
Good afternoon. I'm well. I'm very well, thanks. Yourself?
Good. Yeah, good. Thank you. We're really good. Thank you for coming on to TwoBird Talking.
Thanks for having me.
So, as part of our TwoBird Talking series, we're asking experts within the hospitality and travel sector if you knew then what you know now, what might you have done differently in 2019?
I think what's really stood out for me through the crisis is we've just had to move really quick on certain things and make decisions. And when you get to that point, you've really just got to trust your instincts and stay sort of true to your values and just move quick and probably underestimate that sometimes. And we sit around in board meetings or in team meetings and we talk about things forever and ever and probably learned one thing is just to get on with it. And there were so many things we probably could have just got on with and done in 2019. And the perspective we have now is probably different to what we had.
Maybe we could talk a little bit, Rob, about your customers in terms of not guests within the hotels, but your customers as in the owners of the hotels.
Yeah, it's there's so much to think about at the moment because depending on where you are in the country, it's a very different picture. Because every day I look at the stats that are coming through, and if I take Cornwall, our hotels are in the 90% for the month of August, and we're high 80s in July. And if I take Bournemouth and all the south coast, Brighton, they're all very busy, even parts of Scotland, the lakes. And actually, I'm not sure if the demand situation is driven by fear of travelling or safety, because otherwise Cornwall and Bournemouth and all these places wouldn't be sitting in the 90s. But then I look at across the country and I look at our airport hotels and they're like 15% occupancy. And look at even our central London hotels and there might be 20% occupancy at the moment. And it's a real struggle because what's driving the demand in London is all those theatres and all those corporate offices and flights coming in and out of Heathrow, and all that's restricted. So London in itself, if you're an owner in London, it's a very different situation to if you're an owner on one of the coast or the lakes or out in the countryside or an airport hotel. I think the airport hotels have got it the toughest because a lot of those, they rely on conferencing or airport traffic, both of which is just completely shut down. So I'm not sure if it's all about safety. I think safety is important. You've got to have the protocols there. But those in the city centres and those at the airports are really now starting to look at their products and either say, if I can't get government business, i.e. asylum seekers, domestic abuse, homeless, whatever there might be from a government point of view and to help out in that area, then they really need to start thinking about change of use and what else can they use their product for. So there's some really innovative things coming out of that, which is really cool. We've got our chairman's just started using his kitchen to do some delivery things, and one of our other board members has signed up with a company called K-Box, who set up the kitchen at the hotel with 7 different takeaway brands and then distribute them across Deliveroo, Uber Eats. So they're all starting to think about, what else can I do with my product to generate an income and survive.
Should we chat about any other brands that you wanted to talk about or other brands that you think have been exemplary during the crisis?
A shameless plug to one of our hotels called the Grange at Oban. And they actually, it was quite phenomenal. In the middle of the crisis, they were the first of our Best Western hotels to turn into a hospital.
Oh, wow.
And it was quite amazing because we had laws changed within 24 hours because they had to change planning on the hotel, change of use, because it's no longer a hotel, it's a hospital. And that would normally take months. Got that done in 24 hours. And then when the patients were arriving, when they first started talking about the business, they weren't quite sure whether to take it. So they went and letter dropped to all the neighbours and told them what was happening and asked for their opinions. And then when the patients started arriving, all the neighbours put signs in their windows saying, welcome to our hotel, get well soon, and put the rainbows up. It was lovely. And then they had a guy come and serenade the patients in the thing, and they played it out through social media. And I thought what they did for themselves and their brand as a hotel, the Grange at Oban, was fantastic. I'm sure they endeared themselves really well to their local community through that. They had schools coming to help them with things. It was just phenomenal. People were sending them crossword puzzles for the patients to do. It was lovely. It was one of the sort of shining moments through the, not that there were many, but there was one that we all got a bit of a smile out of.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Rather than it being a hotel thing, making it a brand thing. You're disappearing. That's really funny. I need to do that.
My moving desk.